Welcome to a galaxy far, far away. Here at the Cantina podcast, we provide top shelf service, including rumors, leaks, news, and reviews. Come in, order a Loman Ale, and remember, no droids allowed. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cantina here on the Genreverse Podcast Network and YouTube channel. If you are listening to us on your favorite podcast app, give us a follow. And if you are watching us on YouTube, give us a subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button. Leave thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, interactions of some sort, regardless of the format that you're watching on. It helps us out, and we greatly appreciate it. I'm Kyle, joined today not by Cam, but by Shockey.
How's it going?
Shockey?
Good. How about you?
Man, we took a few weeks off. I had a condition.
Yep.
We'll call it lightly. My wife wasn't feeling too well before that. Cam is having a procedure. We'll leave it at that, and it couldn't be here. It's been a weird beginning of the year, but
Yeah.
But we're here, man. How have you been?
It's kind of the same. It's like everyone in my family's gotten sick at one point in time, and we're just all trying to recover. It feels like it's been a full month of someone being sick and having going to the doctors and medicine, and yeah. So
I guess the good news is that there really wasn't much Star Wars news to
right,
miss
yeah.
out on. Relatively. You and I did react to the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer a
Yes,
few
we
weeks
did.
ago. How are you feeling about Mando right now? There was just a new
The
new
featurette.
featurette was released to get kind of people hyped.
Yep.
We're about a month out now, 30 days.
Yeah, a little less than 30 days now. Yeah.
Yeah. How you feeling about Mando now, man?
I'm excited. The movie, not movie poster, but the poster that was just released with it too has Mando holding the darksaber. That was one of my concerns when we saw the trailer. There was no mention, no sign of the darksaber. So it looks like Mando's got the darksaber, in the poster. It looks like he's wielding it now, in control of it. So maybe he's going. Din Djarin's going to be taking control over Mandalore and rebuilding it. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Definitely. I mean, I know you have expressed how Kenobi is not necessarily standing up in your mind, and or while you enjoyed it, it wasn't necessarily like your favorite. You didn't
Right.
like it as much as Cam and I. So I know you're definitely looking forward to Mando, and Bad Batch hasn't been your cup of tea this season.
Yeah,
either,
Bad
has
Batch.
it?
Yeah, Bad Batch has been a big disappointment for me. I'll be having a mid-season review so far, and it's not good. So, I mean, I get it. It's a kid's show and all, but just growing up watching the Clone Wars, it had a lot of, good story arcs and lines. And there was some, episodes mixed in there for little kids and stuff. But this season's it's not good.
Yeah. So I had the benefit of really enjoying Andor. So I'm hoping more of just like a continuation after in my opinion, the disasters that were Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I still find myself feeling I've made the joke. Jammer says I'm overreacting. Jammer from Breaking Geek Radio here on the Genreverse guys. That like I've been in an abusive relationship with Marvel. Like every time Marvel announces something, I flinch. Like even if it's something that I was excited for before Phase 4 started, like was actually hitting. I'm like, oh God, not again. And I don't mean to make light of abuse, but it is literally something that I loved that all of a sudden really did not do it for me anymore. And yeah, of course I'm skeptical, and I'm skeptical, man. There's more and more stuff that's reliant on Clone Wars and Rebels. And I didn't really get into those.
Right.
And it's not that I hate it. I just never got into it. It wasn't really. I know people say it gets better, but it wasn't for me when they started. I wasn't. It's kind of like beer. I never acquired the taste for beer because I didn't see the point in doing something I didn't like again and again until I did like it. So with with bad seasons in the beginning. I wasn't like, I'm not going to watch 2 or 3 bad seasons just to get to the good.
Right.
So I have my concerns, man. Like, do you have any concerns that it's just going to be like a Kenobi type thing by the end of
it? Like, I understand where you're coming from, because I think why I fell in love with Mando season 1 so much was that it was something new, didn't really tie too much to, like you said, the Clone Wars era, or really it just, you know, some sort of like references to the original trilogy. And that was it, and it was its own thing. But like, I get what you're saying, where season 2, because of, I guess, the ties with Dave Filoni in wanting to bring in some of these characters that were so popular in the animated series, bring them to, you know, to life. We have Ahsoka Tano, we have Bo-Katan, in, you know, a couple others that, you know, are starting, you know, Luke Skywalker coming back now and stuff. It's almost like you've mentioned this before, like, give me something new, give me something fresh, go 1,000 years in either direction, and you're fine. And I get that from you. And so I kind of understand where that, like, if this season 3 is very similar to season 2, I liked season 2, but at the same time too, I felt like it was too much of like the Clone Wars animated series, where it was, what was the cameo of the week? You know, we have an Ahsoka Tano episode, we have a Bo-Katan episode, you know, who's going to be the character that surprises everyone and comes back, and then we have
the best episode in season 2 is actually the best episode in The Mandalorian, in my opinion, so far, and that's the Mayfield episode in season 2. That intense showdown with the Imperial in the cafe, the Cantina, if you will, of the military base, and that didn't rely on anything but writing. Mandalorian characters, you know.
No, it was great writing. You know, what's the comedian's name? Bill Burr. Bill Burr. Yeah,
brilliant in that.
That speech he gives in that little, you know, cafe, you know, cafeteria scene and stuff, was that exactly. You know, I know a lot of people look to the season finale one where Luke Skywalker makes his return, but it's really,
love it.
It's really, if you think about that episode, where its strength is in the last 4 or 5 minutes of it, where Luke comes back. The rest of it. You get the Dark Troopers. You get, you know,
it's cool. It's fun. It's great action.
You're absolutely right. The best episode overall, great writing, great, you know, emotional depth with characters is that one. You know, where they're taking over, or, you know, infiltrating the Imperial base. It really has nothing to do with Jedi or Clone Wars characters. It really dives deep into the effects of the, you know, when the Empire took over, and it made people, made people make choices, and some people disagree with the choices that were made, and so that, to me, I hope we see more of that in season 3. I know we're gonna have the Darksaber, I know it's gonna be Mandalore and stuff, but if we can dive deep into why the Mandalorians and Mandalore, you know, cease to exist at this point for whatever reason it is, that to me is going to hold its own. So I'm hoping it goes in that direction. I personally, I love Ahsoka Tano's character. I love, you know, Rosario Dawson, but I hope that she does not play a factor in this. I hope Luke Skywalker does not play a factor in this.
You know, but this is very return to season 1 plus Bo, basically.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We'll find out in a month, and of course we will be reviewing that here on the Cantina. Cantina started out just reviewing Star Wars, and then we kind of got into the habit of talking about it weekly. So here we are. I am wearing something that I didn't mean to wear, but I have my Star Wars visions for those that
works,
man. Watching. It's a shirt. Love it. The Ronin. I would have preferred some other shirts as well. I would have loved something from the Ninth Jedi. Would have even enjoyed something from the Village Bride episode. Lopen Ocho as well. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Star Wars Visions was a lot of fun, and we've been excited. I say we, I mean me specifically, but I know you're a bit more into animation than Cam is. Mm-hmm. Season 2 is coming out, or Volume 2 is coming out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we got a date, May 4th. I love that. That, of course, plays into the whole May the 4th. Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. You guys know what it is because we're here, and lucky for them, it sticks with the Thursday thing, which is what they were releasing everything on, and then they're like, no, Marvel will be Wednesdays and Star Wars can be Thursdays now, which I like. We got an announcement for a bunch of the shows. I'm not going to read them. You guys can find them lrmonline.com. Shockey, you wrote this piece up, actually.
Yeah, I just did a quick piece on it, just so that everyone could see what the different episodes or different stories, who, the title of it, the studio behind it, and then it gives like a kind of a brief background of the writers and directors for each little short.
Yep. And there's 9 of them, guys. Go through. We've got places from all over the world, from every continent, basically, including the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Africa. I don't know if there's an Australian or New Zealand group on here, but you got places, people from all sorts of places. Jeez. Yes. I'm super excited about it. I saw that I think it's the UK one is the company that did the Wallace and Gromit cartoons, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I'm trying to look it up right now.
It's either that one or the one from what was it? Scotland was going to get to do one or something like that. But I think it's Wallace and Gromit. The point being, guys, we're going to get stop motion Star Wars again. That's not Robot Chicken, and one that's a little bit more. Yeah, one that's a little bit more of the traditional sense of stop motion animation when you think about it. I don't know, man. I'm pretty as much as I would love another 9 episodes of just straight anime, including continuing on 1 or 2 of the ones that we saw in Volume 1. I'm really excited to see what others are able to do. How you feeling about Visions Volume 2? You gonna watch?
Yeah, I'll definitely watch. I enjoyed the first volume of it. I had a difference. I remember when we did the big podcast with the guys from Breaking Geek and Cam and stuff, and we kind of talked about what we liked and what we didn't like. I was kind of the odd man out on it. There was I know that everybody there was definitely one favorite. Forgot the name of it. The one that they wanted to see more of, but then I was into the first short that they had with the Sith and the old school style anime there. But yeah, this one looks, from the descriptions, you have one where it seems like it's going to be Pixar animated style. One, like you said, was going to be stop motion. One sounds like it's going to be almost like a children's storyline and stuff. Because let me see if true. Yeah, the In the Stars one with the Studio Punk Robot. If you look at the description of the animations that they worked on before, it's children's television. So I don't know. It's the Latin American one, so it'll be interesting to see like how that plays out, Star Wars lies and stuff. But yeah, it's the one that just title alone. It's got me intrigued. Is the one that's titled "I Am Your Mother." So because we're so used to "I Am Your Father" for Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a play on that scene and just flip it and make Darth Vader, a woman, or who, how that is going to all play out. So
I could even see using it where instead of it being like Vader, purposefully fighting the his son Luke, I can almost see if maybe they make it a Star Wars like home life parenting, like you're gonna do it because I am you make it comedic, the mom
awesome.
is
I like that.
I can see something like that, or a spin on it where the mom went bad, or I mean there's a lot of different ways it can go, but it was one of those that caught my eye as well, where I was like, I wonder what
interesting title, right?
With that. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. May 4th. And I really do hope they come back and visit some of the. They never will, but I wish they would. I know they did a book for the Ronin, and there's always the potential for manga and stuff like that. The Ninth Jedi the Village Bride. Like, I'd love to follow her. That Jedi from the Village Bride.
That's the one I remember you guys were all like into. I enjoyed, but the Ronin Sith character was kind of my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm. There's just so much. It's going to be interesting to see how others approach it.
Correct.
Because Japan definitely, those anime studios really approached it from for the most part, from an appreciation of the lore and the mysticism and the swords.
Oh yeah,
the swords. Everyone I would kill for, screw the replica lightsabers with the round blades. I need a katana saber. That's what I need.
Yep.
Let's talk about some not so good news. I know something that you've played is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Right.
And I actually did get the it's funny, as much as I am not a fan of video game subscription services in general, I do have PlayStation Plus, but I scream out at the top of my lungs that the model, specifically Game Pass, is unsustainable. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to partake in it while it's up there, but it's bad business. If I were Sony or Microsoft, I wouldn't be doing these. That being said, I got Jedi Fallen Order and I tried playing it. I mean, I got to the planet after you escape, the big train escape.
Oh yeah,
there's some visual bugs, and I got the PlayStation 5 version, and there's some real serious visual bugs. There's some pacing issues in that first, like,
that first planet you're on, it takes.
Oh my god! And needless to say, I don't care that it was delayed, but Shockey, it was delayed. And what do you feel, man? Because you kind of liked it a bit more.
Yeah. So I mean, I played Fallen Order, got all the way through, and still continue to play the game to try to unlock all the extra stuff on there. You have the different colored lightsabers, the different hilts that you can add on, different capes and stuff. So I played it very in depth. And the storyline at the beginning of it was slow, but then it picked up, especially when you're on Dathomir. That to me is the best part of the game.
I'd like to get there.
It was like, to me, I would play it like at nighttime, lights out, and so there were some parts that scared the crap out of me. With the zombie, what is it called? The zombie Night Sisters and stuff.
Sisters, yeah.
And so, hold on 1 second. My wife is asking me if I want anything for dinner.
Ooh,
yeah.
I can go for some wings.
Oh, okay.
Damn, now I actually want wings. More than anything, I want Jamaican food right now.
Jamaican food. We don't have a Jamaican place around us. That would be good, though.
Jerk pork, some rice and peas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, but anyways, back on to Star Wars. So, I'm a little concerned. Usually when games at the close to the 11th hour use these delays right here, that means that there's some big issues, because they will release games with minor bugs and they'll just do updates now, because you can just update
patch
the game. And all those and stuff. So to say at the 11th hour, hey, we need more time, that means it's not minor bugs, that there's major bugs in the game.
6 weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's not a week and a half. It's like, hey, we found something and we just need to work on this one thing. That means that some tester right there found something bad, and that's not a good thing. So
got to go back to formula.
Oh God! Now, could you imagine that? It would fall right into Star Wars. I mean, think of all the, hey, we're coming out with this movie. Hey, we're coming out with this TV series. Hey, we're coming out with this game. Was it? What's the one with that had the amazing trailer for
Eclipse?
Eclipse, yeah, Star Wars Eclipse. And then we find out, it's not till 2026.
Coda remake.
I mean, oh my God.
The absolute state of Star Wars gaming.
Is pause, hold 1 minute, please. Is the circle of death, and just keep waiting and waiting and waiting.
I don't, and yet they stick with this EA group, man. Like, isn't it time to give someone else a shot?
I think because Respawn did so well with the original, but it's like now you got to up the ante and do something better. I just in the gaming world, there's too much pressure to do these quick deadlines. You know, could I've waited till the summer, you know, to make sure that Fallen Order is, Fallen Order is perfect, sure, or Survivor. I mean, Jedi Survivor, sure. Like I don't mind that, but I don't know. It's just I think we're in the gaming industry. Is it Square Enix that does Final Fantasy?
Yeah,
I think they do. I think Square Enix has that formula perfect. I mean, you know, besides the Final Fantasy VII remake and stuff, but did you? We'll talk about that one later after Star Wars or whatever. To talk Star Wars, but I think Square Enix has got it pretty down. But yeah, EA and Respawn and stuff. I mean, look at what Battlefront, the disasters with that and stuff. So.
Yeah, I think for gaming they should go more to where when you are certain of the year, just announce the year.
Yes,
and then when you're certain of the quarter, summer, spring, fall, or winter, right. You announce that, and then you don't announce a month and date until you are at least like 90% sure
or
that
why
you're
not
ready
just
to go
drop
gold.
It? I mean, you know, just
well, because you want to build something, you want to make sure people are people that live on budgets and budget out game purchases.
I guess, yeah,
set aside the money,
mm-hmm.
people to set aside the time. You also have like of course press and stuff like that you're going to want to get copies for review and whatnot. Some of that you could do and still drop real quick, but you do want to build some buzz and give people a chance to have the money to buy it. At
You're
least
right.
That's what makes sense to me. But yeah, they need to be less trigger happy with the release schedule, unless your goal is to just not really do all that much. If you're going to go into that Call of Duty or that Madden NFL where you just get small little evolutions, and then every like maybe 3 or 4 years, you get a big revolutionary generational change for the game. But otherwise you're just using former assets with new skins and stuff, you know. Flip this map upside down and reverse it, and there's the new map on the new new game.
I think you're right with that. If the story's great, then just like use the same engine you had with Jedi Fallen Order, and you know, just run it, you know, and just like you said, change a couple skins up, change a couple, you know, animatronics in there, and then boom, you got it. You got a game right there. And as long as the story's great, you're going to be fine. You're going to sell copies of it because everybody enjoyed the gameplay of the first one. So if you just run a sequel and have a good story, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll see if it's worth it in the end. Like I said, I played through to that planet, and then I was just kind of like, man, I really just don't care. I don't. It wasn't hitting me, and I was like, where's all the fun? And it might be because it's the PS5 version. I don't know, because I didn't play it on any other system. But man, some of the controls are wonky. The defense against like stormtroopers was a bit wonky, and I don't know. Maybe I'm tired of having to push through the first chunk of stuff in Star Wars to get to a part that I enjoy.
Yeah, that was the issue, and it was still PlayStation 4 because that's what I had it for Fallen Order. Is the first level, you know, when you're escaping and stuff. It's all about learning the gameplay controls, so it's good. But once you get on that first planet, it's just so very repetitive of where you have to go, what you have to do and stuff. And I get it because you're learning how to, you know, navigate an open world even though it's still linear. You still have to follow. Yeah. You still have options to go. But yeah, it took forever to get through that. But then once you get to Dathomir and a couple other planets, Kashyyyk is a good one. You know, it does get better. But it's very repetitive, you know, same type of gameplay fighting, you know. I enjoyed the Batman Arkham series better with gameplay wise because it felt like you could do more as Batman, and it was always like, and you were kind of like in the Arkham games, you challenge yourself. Like, so at the very beginning of the game, you take on one bad guy, then you take on 2 villains and 3 villains. So by the end, when you see a gang of 15 of them, you're like, I've got it mastered. Now I know what to do and how to attack, and you're, swinging around. In Fallen Order, I never really got to that comfort ability. Like, hey, I can take out 15 stormtroopers all at one time and stuff. And so it just came very repetitive, and try to navigate, avoid big clumps of stormtroopers and stuff. And then some of the battles of the Night Sisters was just damn like impossible at some points in times. Like, it took me 1 hour to, I think, beat what was the big one? The Ninth Sister, not 8. It was Ninth Sister.
Inquisitor lady.
Inquisitor, yeah.
So I after having played Ghost of Tsushima, I would like to see Sucker Punch do a Jedi based game. They did swordplay real well, controls real well, sneaking around was done real well. Overall, solid game. Let someone else take the reins there. Lucasfilm, EA sucks, man. Oh my God, they're so anti-consumer even.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Yeah, so like, you think about it, right? Just Star Wars in general. So Jedi Survivor is supposed to come out, has now been delayed. Then I don't know if you paid attention to the Star Wars Hunters. That was supposed to come out in December.
I thought it did come out. It didn't?
No. So it was a test. It was a open window for testing that, a lot of people got into, and then they closed it. Then they said, all right, we're going to release in December. Then they did one more small beta test, and it crashed again. And so it's been delayed. It's on, and, no one knows.
Yeah, I see that. Zynga delayed it till 2023 at minimum. So
at minimum, right? Then Knights of the Old Republic remake. That's another EA. We don't know where the hell that is. Star Wars Eclipse. I don't think I'm gonna see in my lifetime.
No,
but at least I got to see the trailer. Then there's the Ubisoft game that's supposed to be the open world one, but that was supposed to be 2023. Now, no word. No word on that. The one from Bit Reactor, that one, no clue. So it's like, whoever's in charge of Lucasfilm Games, just Jesus, can we get a game on time? And it's crazy because they remember Lucasfilm Games stopped the relationship. Well, they came out with Lucasfilm Games again. They stopped the relationship exclusively with EA. They opened it up, and nothing's come out.
Yeah.
So
Star Wars has got a content issue. It really does.
Time.
Comparatively with other groups, Star Trek, Marvel, even DC, who are all releasing stuff, and Star Wars is sitting there spinning its wheels in the mud, man.
I mean,
it really is.
DC did Gotham Knights, which is just basically Arkham City over again, and just said, hey, instead of Batman, you can be Robin, you can be Nightwing, you can be Batgirl. Updated some of the skins. Run it back, guys. Hey.
Yeah. Oh well. That's about it for like Star Wars stuff, man. Are you sitting on anything? You hearing anything buzzworthy out there?
Nothing dramatic. Been really tight-lipped. I know that there's been a bunch of Ahsoka leaks, that Cam's been covering, but nothing too crazy. I know that, there's Star Wars Celebration over in the UK this, in a couple months, and hopefully we'll get some big news there. That probably won't happen.
Maybe
it's going to be a bunch of panels going to say, hey guys, we got this movie lined up, we got this TV show lined up, we got this game lined up, and we're not going to see it ever. The biggest tease ever.
Shockey becoming the jaded fan.
Just for Star Wars announcements, once it comes out, I'm on board.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us here on the Cantina. Again, as usual, if you liked it, check out other stuff here on the channel. How long was that window up browser window. I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. I may have
Oh.
just clicked over stuff. I'm kind of lost in the sauce right now. We got a lot of, and not that I'm drinking or anything. I just realized that that has different connotations. I haven't had a drink in forever. Not that I had an issue. Just brain injuries and alcohol don't mix well. Anyways, anime stuff. We got that. Star Wars here on the Cantina. Regular entertainment and geek and pop culture coverage via Breaking Geek and Daily Cog. Trailer reactions on Genre Shot and more here on the YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe. And of course, if you are listening to us on podcast on your favorite podcast app, give us a follow. All of our stuff goes up on the same channel, Genreverse Podcast Network. And if as long as it's not a reaction video, because that would be kind of pointless. And then, of course, check out lrmonline.com every day for all entertainment news, needs, opinions, celebrity interviews, written reviews, and more. Shockey, anything else to say?
No, just let us know in the comment sections what you liked about our show, what you don't like about our show. A thumbs up and subscribing would really help us out. Letting us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, helps us go in the right direction. And we can continue to grow this channel, continue to cover the news that you want to hear. Or if you don't want to see me anymore and just want to listen to Kyle, then that's fine as well. I'm okay with that. You know, I can stay behind the scenes. But, you know, anything you guys let us know, greatly appreciated.
Yep. All right, guys. We will hopefully see you with a full crew, full staff next week.
Next week. Yep.
May the force be with you.